It's shaping up to be another wild week in Walford. And not everyone's making it out unscathed. Joel's brutal attack on Vicki has the square reeling, while Harry finds himself trapped in a nightmare thanks to Ravi and Tobias. But there's still a bit of romance and heart. Oscar's got a date at last, and Nigel's pulling out all the stops for Julie. Oh, and Johnny. Let's just say his big mistake costs him dearly. Stick around and hit subscribe so you don't miss any of this week's EastEnders drama. 5 EastEnders spoilers next week. 1. Joel Marshall hides out as Vicki Fowler is hospitalized after attack. Things are really heating up next week as Joel's violent attack on Vicki sends shockwaves through Walford. And the fallout's messy, to say the least. Ross feels terrible for snapping at Joel earlier, completely unaware of what's actually gone on. Meanwhile, Vicki's left shaken and desperate for help, while Joel plays the innocent card, convincing Tommy to hide him away. It's a proper tangled web, and you can't help but feel for Tommy. He's clearly out of his depth, caught between loyalty and doing what's right. Zoe, bless her, tries to get through to him, but Tommy's keeping Shydom. And you just know this secret won't stay buried for long. Over at the hospital, Ross finally learns the truth about what's happened to Vicki, and his reaction says it all. Guilt, shock, and anger rolled into one. He's relieved she's going to pull through, but the tension between them is thick as they talk about Joel's actions. And when Vicki later hears about new developments in her case, it sounds like things could be turning in her favor. Still, with Joel on the run and Tommy caught up in it all, this could really kick off a whole new mess. And viewers will definitely have a lot to say once this plays out. 2. Harry Mitchell kept prisoner by Ravi, Gulati and Tobias. Okie, this whole storyline with Harry, Okie and Ravi is getting darker by the minute, and it's honestly hard to watch at times. Poor Teddy's completely clueless, thinking Harry's safe with Kojo, while in reality, his son's being forced to make fake calls just to keep up the lie. Okie and Ravi have got Harry backed into a corner, demanding to know where that hidden camera's linked to. And it's clear they're not messing about. You can really feel Harry's fear here. He's trying to do the right thing, but he's trapped by 2 blokes who'll stop at nothing. It's the kind of EastEnders tension that makes your stomach turn, especially when you realize Gina's starting to worry and no one else seems to notice how bad things really are. Then it takes an even nastier twist when Okie starts flirting with Gina, knowing full well who she is. That's proper low, even by his standards. He's toying with Harry's emotions, going behind his back, and even planning to take her on a date. While the poor lad's still being held captive. Ravi's told him to let Harry go. But Okie's clearly got his own agenda. You can see this one blowing up big time once the truth comes out. Between Gina's growing suspicion and Harry's downward spiral, this could really break the Knight family apart. Viewers are going to be fuming when they see how far Okie's willing to go. 3. Oscar Branning bags a date with Jasmine. It looks like love might be in the air for Oscar next week, as he pulls out all the stops to impress Jasmine. He's been trying so hard lately, and it's actually quite sweet to see this softer side of him after everything else going on in Walford. When Jasmine finally agrees to go on a date, you can practically see Oscar's confidence shoot up a notch. It's a rare bit of light relief, especially with all the darker storylines bubbling around the square. There's a genuine charm to the way these two are being written. It feels like a proper young romance that could really give viewers something to smile about. But knowing EastEnders, nothing ever stays simple for long. You can't help but wonder if Oscar's happiness might be short-lived, especially with his family drama never too far away. Still, there's something really likable about this pairing, and fans are bound to be rooting for them. Whether it turns into a lasting love story or just another Walford heartbreak, it's nice to see a bit of hope creeping back into the mix. And who knows? Maybe this could be the start of something special. 4. Nigel Bates plans a surprise for Julie Bates. It's all a bit awkward for Nigel next week, as his good intentions end up backfiring in true Walford style. Julie's been tutoring Lily, but things quickly go downhill when Nigel accidentally puts his foot in it and upsets her. You can imagine the tension. Julie caught in the middle, Lily storming off, and Nigel left wondering what on earth he said wrong. Luckily, Jane steps in for a bit of moral support. And it leads to a lovely heart-to-heart between her and Julie. It's nice to see those two women connecting, especially after all the chaos that's been going on lately. Meanwhile, Nigel tries to make amends in the most Nigel way possible. By planning a big romantic gesture. A surprise trip to India sounds lovely on paper, but the way he goes about it is classic him. Messy but well-meaning. When Oscar sells his car to fund it, you just know it's going to land him in hot water, especially since Julie reminds him he can't even drive. Still, despite all the hiccups, Nigel finally reveals his surprise, and Julie's absolutely over the moon. After everything, it's heart-warming to see them share a bit of joy, and maybe this holiday will be just what they need to start a new chapter together. 5. Johnny Carter makes a costly work mistake. Amid Elaine Knight's building plans, it looks like Johnny's luck is about to run out next week, and honestly, it's a bit of a car crash moment for him. Elaine's got her hands full trying to make big plans for that boutique hotel, but she still finds time to nudge Johnny into starting something of his own. It's well-meaning advice, but as usual in Walford, things don't quite go to plan. Johnny ends up having one too many drinks and accidentally sends his business proposal to all his clients. And worse, to his boss. You can just picture his face the next morning when he realizes what he's done. It's that perfect mix of cringe and chaos that EastEnders does so well. By the time he tells Callum he's been sacked, it's clear the panic's really hit home. But maybe this could be the push Johnny needs to finally step out from behind everyone else's expectations. He's always been one of those characters with a lot of potential, just lacking a bit of self-belief. Elaine might be onto something with her idea. A fresh start, a new business, and maybe even a chance for Johnny to rebuild his confidence. Still, you can bet fans will be torn between sympathy and shouting. What were you thinking? At the screen when this one airs.